So what to expect for this week? Crypto market outlook. Should we continue to hit higher for a new all-time high? Or should we expect a pullback or a correction? Okay. Or could we say that this could be a double top or could be at the peak for the bull market for Bitcoin? Okay, so nonetheless, we're going to see a lot of anticipation here on the market. And of course, many experts are also mentioning that this is not the top, this is not the peak. There's still plenty of room for Bitcoin to continue to go higher. So probably anytime, whether it is a short-term pullback, okay, probably this could be a healthy correction. That's what most are saying at the moment. But nonetheless, you're going to see a few or probably more coins will most likely to hit lower if Bitcoin were to go down. Okay, so if Bitcoin dips or if Bitcoin were to have a pullback, then all these out also will have a huge correction. Okay, so yeah, you can see BTC, Ethereum, Dogecoin, okay, slip, okay, went down. Then, of course, even though we have analysts mentioning that Ethereum could hit at least 3,000, okay, so what happened in the last 24 to 48 hours of trading? Okay, Bitcoin went up all the way to 106.8K, okay, hit a ceiling and falling back to 105. I believe most likely will hit lower to below 105, then maybe to retest at 100K. So anything below 100K will be a huge bargain or huge deal to actually get in back or probably to rebuy back at a position. Then meanwhile, we have seen Ethereum, okay, rallying all the way to 2650, okay, now hovering around 2.5, okay. So yeah, all in all, you can see this is just short term, okay, short term noise, okay. I think for this one, maybe you should expect a pullback. Okay, you can see open interest also went down about 2.48%. Then Ethereum experienced about 370% drop, funds locked in derivatives, or which is also known as trading. Okay, so yeah, I think for the month of June, this is the first week of June. So probably we should expect a pullback or correction first, probably this week and next week. And then leading up to end of June, at least might see the market to continue to rally again. Or if not, might consolidate for a couple of weeks, okay, before we see a new all-time high again, or probably Q4, probably by September onwards, might see a rally all the way to an all-time high. So that could be the scenario, okay, for the crypto market. Then moving on next, okay, so with a lot of people are talking about the all-time high. So when will Bitcoin hit the all-time high? That will be a big uncertainty. Okay, so many are expecting Bitcoin to hit all the way to 200K, 250 by end of this year. So we're going to see whether is it true. So if we look at the historical cycle, okay, look at this chart here, 2013. Bitcoin bull market lasted approximately about nine months following the breakout to a new all-time high. And then what happened? The bear market that followed dragged about 38 months. Yeah, so if we look here, current sentiment, current market structure right now, it is quite similar to 2021, 2022. Okay, so this could also form a double top. Okay, and maybe this could be the peak. Then you might see a pullback from here. So a lot of, I think, traders and investors are quite worried, concerned. Should this be a peak of the bull run or the bull cycle should end on this level? Okay, so it's hard to tell, but again, I think it's still early. If you look at the sentiment as well, the retail is still not here yet. It's still out of the woods. Okay, so they haven't really come back. Then if you look here, 2017 cycle, bull market extended to around 10 months after the all-time high. And then what happened? Followed by a 33-month bear market. So where's 2017 here? Look, this is 2017, right? Went all the way up, peak, and then we have a 33-month of consolidation or pullback of bear market. And then only we see the next cycle again. And then especially for last year, right? Bitcoin currently it is 15 months since setting a new all-time high. And then this is already longer than any previous bull run, suggesting the trend of extended bullish phase will be continuing, right? So again, I think for this cycle, it's going to be long. Okay, it's going to be a lagging long type of bull market compared to the previous 3 cycles. Okay, and of course, it will really test the patience as well. Again, for this type of cycle, so a consistent pattern, all-time high timing. Okay, so what to expect? Bitcoin always reaches its all-time high somewhere around November or December. That is why a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin to hit about 200,000 to 250,000 by end of this year. And then following by 2013, 2017, what happened? All-time high occurred in December. And then 2021 cycle was on November. So if you're going to play out all this cycle or to follow this historical cycle, so maybe you might see this cycle to end somewhere around November or December. Okay. So that's why Q4 very important. Q4 will expect to be very bullish for the final rally towards the upside. So if this pattern were to hold, okay, then the next major all-time high could arrive within the next 6 months, potentially by November or December. Okay, so plenty of preparation to do. We are already second half of the year, or probably second half, already in June. So you say 5 to 6 months from now. So how to prepare? Very important. Okay. So I think this is a time maybe the outs that you want to enter, or probably those coins, potential coins that can able to outperform Bitcoin at least, right? If you've done your homework, maybe it's time to actually deploy capital. Okay, if the Bitcoin price were to correct again or to have a pullback or consolidation instead of hitting a new all-time high. So that's my take here for this market cycle, and of course the new all-time high as well. Okay, moving on next. So this is coming in from the Trump's administration. Okay, so I think as you know that they are planning to have a Bitcoin national reserve. Okay, and they have already planning to have at least 2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin allocation into their national treasury for the US. Okay, so they are planning to launch this spot Bitcoin ETF for the US. So what to expect? Okay, so New York Stock Exchange, ARCA has filed paperwork for the SEC to launch a fund issued by Truth Social. Okay, so this is under by Trump's administration. Okay, so this name Truth Social Bitcoin ETF will track the price of Bitcoin similar to existing spot Bitcoin ETF. So they also want to have a piece of the pie as well. They also want to have some control for the Bitcoin ETF. Okay, so I think nonetheless it is also quite a big deal. It is also quite bullish. Okay, as the Trump's administration manifesto have already mentioned that they want to have a Bitcoin national reserve. So which is why also I think the last week they have already mentioned to have 2.5 billion at least allocation in the reserve. So it is a matter of time right now when they will implement it, but they're already having the paperwork done. So let's see. But anything right now could be a sell the news event. Most likely market is trying to price in for this type of news. And then of course another bullish news coming in for Ripple. So Ripple Labs, okay, their spot ETF approval would have a high chance to approve for this year alone with a 92% increase. Okay, high odds to have a spot ETF for Ripple. So I think this could also cause a huge bullish catalyst for Ripple and of course their community as well. I think they have been long overdue. I think they have been stagnant for many years. Okay, ever since the SEC lawsuit has been ongoing during the Gary Gangster's tenure. Okay, so I think overall you can see it's a matter of time again for Ripple to have its first ever spot ETF. Then of course we can see the price also starts to rally for Ripple. Okay, and then of course if you look at the poly markets, which is the prediction market. Okay, so many are expecting a 92% chance of a spot ETF for Ripple to get approved for this year. Okay, so so everything is very bullish. So if you are holding Ripple, then this is a time that you want to pay more attention. Community is very important as well. Okay, you've been accumulating Ripple since the last 2 cycles. Okay, since during the bear market and of course during the SEC lawsuit. I think maybe this is a time to really take advantage of this situation. I think this could continue to carry on because I think XRP is also under the Trump's administration and of course is also made in the USA. So anything that made in the USA will definitely have a huge boost, okay, for this type of token. Okay, so nonetheless, this is actually good news. Then moving on next. Okay, so we can see here coming in from CryptoCon. So what's happening now with the market structure? Look at the RSI 50. So what's happening now with the RSI 50? And where are we now? You can see. So you want to make it to the Bitcoin cycle top. Okay, you're going to have to get tough and to be patient, right? So RSI 50 shows clear as day has been no attempt to a cycle top yet. So we are hovering around where here, the middle line. Okay, we are hovering around the middle line. And then if we look at the previous historical cycle, what happened here? So every time when it hits a low, on these cycle lows, the market tend to rebound from here. So we already hit it since 2022. Okay, 3 years back, hit what happened? Rallied back up again. So now we are somewhere around at the middle here. Let's take example here. First cycle top, right? 2017, hit at the middle. Then suddenly we hit up again, which is a cycle top of December 2017. This is the second cycle top. First cycle done. So I would say that probably this is the first cycle top that we are receiving right now for this year. And then probably by end of this year, if we were to follow the historical cycle, might get the second cycle top again. Okay, so first cycle top was on June. Okay, so we hit all-time high at 110K. That was when? End of May, right? That was end of May, right? So yeah, if that's the case, that would be the first cycle top. Then yeah, probably by end of this year, we will see another final top again until we reach this cycle top one. So at the moment, we are at the middle now, which is somewhere around here as well. Okay, similar like 2017. And then 2013 also quite similar. Okay, 2013, what happened? Hit the middle line, went up to the first cycle top of April, and then came down again. Then finally rallied for the final top again for November. So cycle top and maybe it could be November or December, right? So depending on how the market is going to play out for this year. Okay, then next. Okay, so again, I talk about leverage trading. So if you guys who are active in trading, this is a time where you want to pay attention to learn as well. Not to make this kind of mistake. So this guy is called 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀, very famous trader in Twitter lately. The last 2 weeks, last week and last 2 weeks, I think a lot of YouTubers are mentioning about this guy. So this guy is famous for leverage trading and of course gambling. He's more towards to gamble those type of coins. Vegan in the trenches. Okay, so what happened? The last week and last 2 weeks, he killed a lot of meme coins and he bragged about his gains, unrealized profits. Okay, so I think he entered about how much here? About 100K or probably less than that. And he went up about what, 80 million. Okay, and then he didn't even take profits. Didn't even bother to take profits. Okay, he's been posting his profit screenshot on Twitter. And everybody is like supporting him to continue to go and continue to hold. Okay, so yeah, and then you see what happened. This is why most people should never trade, which is one thing. Short-term wins feel good until they vanish. The problem with most traders is that they don't take profits. What's more with the capital? Capital also you don't take out, and then you're holding all the way from the way up, all the way down. And you see the unrealized, I think this is a realized loss at the moment. Okay, already realized, I think liquidated. This guy had been liquidated by the exchange or probably by the market maker. Okay, so lost everything, burnt. So that's the thing about leverage trading. Okay, so patience beats adrenaline, conviction beats leverage. So if you're new in crypto, if you don't know how to trade, best if you can do is to buy on spot. Buy on spot and chill. Okay, because if you were to trade, you need to study about technical analysis, fundamental. You need to study about market structure, support and resistance. And then if you don't put the stop loss, and then you got to think whether the trade will go south on you. So if the thing goes south of you, and then how are you going to recover, right? How are you going to cut? Are you going to cut or are you just going to let it go? So that's the thing. Compared to spot, even if the price goes down to 90%, you're still holding the actual underlying token rather than trading. So trading, you're speculating. You're just thinking that the market will go up, go down. You're just betting on that. But by buying on spot, that's where it gives you the extra advantage that even though if the price goes down 90% or 99%, you're still holding the token. And then you have a chance to recover back once it goes back to your entry price. Then you can be able to sell. Okay, so yeah, I think this is a good lesson. For those of you who are active in trading, then this is a time to actually learn. Okay, trade wisely, not trade recklessly or to gamble. So this is a lesson that for those of you who are new, for those of you who really want to trade, who want to take this trading as a journey or as a career, especially, you might want to think twice, okay? Because it's going to take a lot of time and effort, and of course some investment as well. So there's no free lunch, and at the end of the day, you have to learn. You have to pay to learn. If not, the market will teach you a lesson. So that's how it is. So that's how people learn through the markets. Right? Then moving on next to airdrop. So for those of you who've been doing layer H, will start claiming. So this price starting is at 0.025. So now it's trading on Binance, Gate, Coupon. So for those of you who've been doing this, okay, all right, this airdrop thing is a testnet, but yet again another disappointment. Okay, I think a lot of complaints as well. Okay, so yeah, some airdrops are quite disappointing. Okay, because of the funding. All right, so you have to be very careful, especially when you're doing airdrop. Is it worth your time? That's the most important thing. Is the funding sufficient enough to reward members and community? Because this project, I think, did not have proper funding. So that's why you can see a lot of members are complaining. Okay, a lot of members are complaining. Okay, so there's a difference between a quality project versus a low budget project. And then next, okay, this is coming in from Drift. So Drift Protocol is actually a derivative trading platform under Solana, where you can able to long short in the market. Okay, so I think Drift has been around since last year. I think it's about 2 years old already. So for those of you who got the Drift token, and if you stake, okay, you are getting these few points where they will give you an airdrop for Drift Season 2. Okay, they have already snapshot, so you can start to wait for the claim. Okay, the claim will be coming in maybe next week or a couple of weeks. Okay, for Drift. Okay, so congratulations for those of you who are trading in this platform. Okay, I think for those of you who have been trading a lot, especially building volume, should get a lot of this Drift token. Okay, then next, you can see here coming in from EDIS. So EDIS Season 1. Okay, the rewards are already live. You can start claiming. Okay, so Season 2 will start on what? March 18 to September 18. Still ongoing. Okay, so if you are providing liquidity, and if you are EDIS staker or swapper or NFT holder, then you should qualify for this drop. So this is under the Cosmos ecosystem. Okay, under Cosmos ecosystem. All right. So yeah, this is the one. Then next, okay, this is coming in from the DeepIn called Dawn. I'm not sure whether Young, have you been doing this or not? Or Xiong, right? So if you've been doing this Dawn DeepIn network, so you want to go to the dashboard.dawninternet.com, and then you're going to check your points. You're going to check your points. So with this launch, Dawn is also introducing epochs. Okay, weekly snapshot on the epoch point. So you might want to check it out. Okay, log in using the same email and password if you have done this. Okay, so this is Dawn. So you're gonna check it out. Download Dawn validated extension here. So it's under the home store here. Okay, so yeah. So if you already downloaded before, then no need. Okay, so you just want to log in. Or this airdrop thing, you've already done it since last year. But if you were to come in now, then I think you can just skip it. I think it's a bit too late already. Yeah, for Dawn, since last year. So if you want to come in, I think it's a bit too late to start. So yeah, I think you might run a risk there if you're starting now. Okay, so Epoch 0 ends on Wednesday, June 4th. Okay, it's today. And then Epoch 1 starts right after. So keep your extension active and make sure you earn rewards every day. So this is the thing. Then moving on next for coin market cap, where are we now? So market cap is around 3.31 trillion. BTC now is down 104.6K. Ethereum is like 2.6. US Ripple now 2.2. Solana 155. You can see already it's heading down. Okay, gainers for today, DXY 10%, Form 4.85, Quant 4.38. S&P, SPX is 900, 3.19%. Okay, so all in all, I think the market is about to hit lower again. So have another correction. Look at Filecoin, down about 20% in 1 week. Uniswap also down. Virtuals 6%. Optimism also down. Wow. Okay, so yeah, should expect a correction, and probably if BTC were to hit lower, right? So I'm gonna go to the technical set now. Now for the dominance, you can see the dominance now is heading lower. Market is at the peak for monthly. Okay, it's the resistance now 61.6 at the moment. Final boss resistance will be here, 71.2. Okay, so we have a nice momentum. Might expect pullback. This pullback will give us around this level here, 60.42, 3.42%. then probably to lead back down even more, maybe to 57.64. So that's the dominance. Then if you look at weekly previous squeeze, price is at the sell. So Monday could be a sell to buy situation. So dominance might go down. So dominance might head down first. But since Bitcoin also is down, so I think I expect all those also to go down as well. Okay, so yeah, you can see dominance is down. So look at the total tree. Total tree also is down, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So what's happening now for total tree? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Very nice setup. So the only thing that is stopping them is this sell zone, 106.16. Then you're going to see your final boss resistance here, 1.02 trillion. Okay. Any chance of a pullback, we might see the middle band, 708.92. Okay, look at the weekly time frame. You can see on the weekly now what happened. Candlestick change of direction from sell to buy. Come back for the pullback to maintain this level now on the middle band. Very important now is the middle band. Because if it to break lower again, we might see a revisit at 708.2. So that's how this is the area here. Okay, you're going to watch it. 778, 708. Okay, so this is for crypto market cap. Okay, crypto total market cap or total tree. Okay, then next, we see here. Okay, so let's see this one. ETH against BTC. So ETH against BTC, we can see the market is trying to reverse towards the upside. This is the sell zone now on the money time frame. It's going to be a huge challenge now for Ethereum to come back, to make the comeback. All the way down, all-time low. Okay, you only have this critical support to maintain at this moment, right? 0.01806. Look at the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame is trying to break up. You can see here, the middle band. The reversal retest candle is formed. So if you continue to go up, you might see this level to take out now, which is this top EV here, 0.03122. So maybe you might say that Ethereum might perform against Bitcoin at this stage. Okay, it might come to reverse, but let's see. Bitcoin were to hit lower, and Ethereum also will go down together. Alt also will go down. So makes no point as well. So look at Ethereum against Bitcoin. A lot of reversal retest candle here. A lot of wicks here. See. So look at the chance maybe might have a pullback. Okay, on the H4 time frame. Okay, should we see a pullback, then this level here on the middle band, 0.02445. Okay, will be the next level to test for it against Bitcoin. Then we look at BTC now, 104.6. Okay, I think we should expect a pullback for this week. Monday also you can see all-time high. So we hit the all-time high with how much? 111. Okay, 111.9. Okay, 111.9. So your final boss resistance is right here. Turn into support now. So it needs to maintain this level of support. If not, you might see lower. Okay, for Monday. So this will be the next support here. 96.3. Look at weekly now. So weekly is doing what? Okay, price break above the middle band, fail to break past the top EV, but maintain above the current resistance 32 support. So 104.2, very critical. If we continue to break lower, okay, then maybe you might want to see the middle band here at 94.2. So these are the range we're going to be targeting to re-enter again. And of course, this level here, 98 and 94, will be a good area to rebuy back if there's any chance of a pullback here. Okay, huge steal actually to rebuy back here. Look at daily now. Daily, what happened, what you can see here. Price reject at the middle band. You can see already, price break below the middle band. Confirmation pullback on the re-entry sell, heading lower. So it's heading down. Where's the next one here? 102.6 will be the next level of support. Failure to maintain, you might want to see 98 and then leading up to 94. Okay, so these are the levels that you want to watch. So I think most likely for within these 2 days, you might retest back here again, 102.6, and then probably to try to retest at 98 at least. Okay, for BTC. H4 also you can see what's happening, break below the middle band. Already break below the middle band. Okay, so yeah, probably we can see a correction is coming in for this week. Don't forget this Friday, non-farm payroll. First Friday of the week, very important. Okay, volatility is there. Okay, for the price movement. Okay, so overall now we can see on H4 it's already bearish. Daily also already bearish. Okay, was rejected at the middle band below. Look at weekly also, you can see the sell zone. So you might see a pullback first before you see another rally. So that's my take here, already at the all-time high. Okay. So far, any questions? Let's see. Out season only occurred in QE, right? Yeah, quantitative easing. So the Federal Reserve until now, they haven't had any intention to reduce the interest rate, much more to transition from QT to QE. So we're going to see this. So next FOMC meeting will be on the 18th of June, right? Which is 14 days from now. Okay, so what to expect? What are the probability that it will lower down the rates? So you can see here. So 18th of June will be 2 weeks from now, which is Wednesday. 95.6% that the Federal Reserve will continue to maintain the rate around 4.25 to 4.5, rather than reducing it to 4 to 4.25, with a 4.4% chance. So again, if the Federal Reserve still reluctant to reduce the rate, then I think the market will continue to be the same as what we are seeing right now. Okay, unless there's a huge change, transition to QE, right? That's what everybody is waiting for. So yeah, let's see how the market is going to play out. But overall, we can see the market now, I think this is a normal pullback correction. Then maybe we might consolidate for a couple of weeks rather than going up straight away. So if the consolidation to consolidate for a couple of weeks, that's where the advantage is. That's where you want to enter. That's where you might want to find some buying opportunities to re-enter again the position. Right? If you have missed your altcoins that you really want to go in, this is a time you want to pay attention. So now we're going to move into the alts here. Any alts that you want me to look into, feel free to put in the chat box. So look into it as well. Okay. So let's see what happened. Get 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀. 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀. A nice high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. Very nice. Okay. So the only thing right now, the money rejected at the pre-sell. So how far can this thing go? And this will be the next support here. Middle band at 2.07. Look at the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, what you can see here, candlestick change of option, right? From sell to buy, coming back for another pullback again. So it might retest again on the middle band here. That will give us around the $3 area. Okay, $3 area, and then we continue to go lower. I want to see this level, 2.35, right? So yeah, that's my take here. To add on $3 to 2.35. Look at daily now. Our daily, what happened? Momentum sell, back from the increase out, and it's breaking lower. You can see already it's coming. It's coming down. You just have to be very patient with your entry. All right. So this is a level now, 3.18. It's trying to maintain. Then we go down. I want to see maybe this level, 2.78. Okay, so these are the range where we are accumulating for 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀 very, very soon, because I already placed the buy limit order. Okay, to accumulate for 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀. I think 𝗧𝗶𝗺 have a higher chance compared to Solana and the rest. Okay, against Bitcoin also, I think they have a huge chance for doubling against Bitcoin as well. Then next, what else? Hyperliquid. $36 now, all-time high. 59.88. Went up quite a lot for this one. So your support will be here, 6.93. On the weekly time frame, you can see it's still very bullish, right? We have a nice momentum, reversal candle, retest candle is formed on the weekly time frame. Okay, so I want to see this level to maintain 28 and 26. So this range, I'll be accumulating for hyperliquid again. There's any chance. What we can see on daily, lower high compared to the previous high. Okay, compared to the previous high. So probably might break lower from this scenario. Okay, for hyperliquid on the daily time frame. So if that's the case, let's see the middle band to get a test at 32. And then finally falling, maybe look here, around this level here. That'll be around 27.27. So anything below $30 would be a huge steal, okay, for hyperliquid. Okay, so these are the two coins that I'm focusing for the second half of the year. All right, so yeah, these are the two critical ones. Then what else? Ondo, renewable asset. So Monday, we can see what's happening now. High highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. Okay, so we can see this will be the current support, 74 cents. Critical support will be here, the final last support here, 62. Look at the weekly time frame. Now, weekly quite concerning, below the middle band. So it's about to hit lower again. And maybe to retest at 74 and 62 cents. Okay, so Ondo quite bearish. Momentum sell, pullback for entry sell, breaking lower. So you can see most of the alts are actually heading down. Okay, for Ondo as well. So breaking down below the middle band. So if Bitcoin were to hit below 100K or to go down at least 98 to 94, these alts will actually have a huge dump as well. Okay, so you got to prepare. Okay, which are the alts that you really want to go for? Okay, you think that these alts can able to outperform this Bitcoin, maybe 2 times or 3 times, then you might want to place your buying orders, right, before the market continues to rally again. So maybe it might wick down or quick wick down, then continue back up again. Or if not, it might wick down, consolidate for a couple of weeks, and then you continue to go up again. So that is the scenario right now that we are seeing for this type of points. Okay, so what else? See here. So I think there are lots also. See. Even the mantra. Mantra also I think is deep already. See. 51 cent. See. The sentiment is already bearish. I don't think there's any chance of coming back up again. So H4 also breaking down. You look at daily as well. Momentum sell, pullback for the entry sell, continuation to go down for mantra. Okay, so this one is considered gone. Okay. Lots of confidence between the community and the investor towards the company. So yeah, I think this will continue to go down here. Don't see there's any recovery as well for mantra. So what else we're going to see here? Okay. We look at your WorldCoin. Okay, so WorldCoin, what's happening now? Already at the all-time low. So this will be your support zone at 76 cents. Then this will be a re-entry sell. So far, it's been rejected at the sell zone at 1.43. Overall, all-time low now at the moment. So the high was at what? 11.95 or $12. So your lowest is very 95% down. So far now it's somewhere around 90%. Okay, weekly you can see also what's happening. Price hovering at the middle band. Let's see whether it can be able to maintain. If not, let's see 76 cents. Okay, for WorldCoin. Daily, very bearish. Candlestick change of a trend from buy to sell. Come back up for the retest at the sell zone and is breaking lower again. So this is a continuation to go down actually. A continuation to go down, then probably to revisit your lows here. Your 1.07 and then continue maybe around 7 here at 80 what? Was it 87 cents? Okay, so that's WorldCoin. Then last one you're going to see here, let's look at Sonic. This Sonic also see a breakdown, 40 cents at the moment. Okay, Sonic image is formerly known as Phantom Foundation. So the all-time high is at 1.98. Now it's like all-time low. Look at weekly now. Breakdown, consolidation. This is the critical support where it needs to maintain at 40 cents. It's like breaking lower again for Phantom. Look at daily now. Momentum sell, back from the entry sell, and it's breaking lower. So all the way down now for all these out coins. Extreme sell, candlestick change of direction. Maybe it might come back up again to the test here at 40 cents and then continue to go down again. That could be the scenario for Sonic.